Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about few questions related to home science, which is related to UGC NET examination. This class will be bilingual, both English and Tamil, and also though the answers are given, I will explain you how the answers they have derived. Okay, so the first question is, the transitional stage of a neonate is from dash period. Okay, so the options are, first one is fetal to postnatal, second one embryo to postnatal, third one embryo to fetal, fourth option is zygote to postnatal. Okay, coming over here, first we should understand two important periods over here they have given in human development. One is pregnancy and second one is the neonatal stage. So over here we should know certain informations related to pregnancy. So when you take pregnancy it is of 3 stages. Okay, so in common we call that as first trimester, second trimester and third trimester. So over here the first trimester, it is from conception to 12 weeks. Second trimester, it is 13 to 27 weeks. And the third trimester is 28 to 40 weeks. So they can ask questions like this also. Aதாவது they can ask any trimester they might give and give it in option. Okay, they'll give an option, first trimester from which period to which period. So like that we should know all these 3 trimesters and how many weeks. And sometimes questions will come like this also, what is the total period of pregnancy, and they will give it in weeks also. So total period of pregnancy, it is 40 weeks. Okay, even sometimes they can ask like this also, what is the total days of pregnancy, it is 280 days. Okay, so that day, that is the 280th day. Okay, so in common term நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா, it is due date அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. But medically it is known as, it is the estimated date of confinement. We call that as EDC. Okay, now coming to this question, we should know what is the other stage. Other one is, it is the neonate. Okay, so over here they have mentioned this transitional stage of a neonate. So neonate means the stage that is the child birth, from childbirth to 28 days. Okay, so 28 days we call that as neonate. Okay, and this stage, it is also known as postnatal stage. So during pregnancy it is known as prenatal stage, and once the child is born, then we call that as postnatal stage. Okay, so from conception to childbirth, it is prenatal stage. After childbirth, the first 6 weeks, okay, we call that as postnatal stage. Okay, now coming to the options, they have given all these periods like fetus period, postnatal period, zygote period and also embryo. Okay, so we should be very clear about the stages of fetus development also. So when you take the stages of fetal development, it is divided into major 3 stages: germinal stage, embryonic stage and fetal stage. Before that there is another period which we tell it as fertilization. Okay, so totally we call that as 4 stages of fetal development. Okay, now coming over here, this neonate, okay, we call that period to be a child is a newborn child also. Like, what is the difference between a neonatal and a newborn child? Actually it means the same, but the only a small difference over here is that neonate is that from 0 to 28 days. When it comes as a newborn, it is an extended period from like 0 to 2 to 3 months. Till that we call that child to be an baby to be a newborn baby. Okay. Now over here they have mentioned another terminology, that is transitional stage. Okay. So what is transitional? அதோட மீனிங் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். Transitional அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னு. It is that transfer from one stage to another stage. That is changes are taking place during this stage. Transitionalன்றப்போ அது ஃபுல்லாக சேஞ்ச் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு கிடையாது, சேஞ்சஸ் நடந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். ஓகே. ஸோ ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ்லேருந்து இன்னொரு ஸ்டேஜுக்கு சேஞ்ச் ஆகிக்கிட்டு இருக்க பீரியடை தான் என்னென்னு சொல்கிறோன்னா இட் இஸ் நோன் அஸ் தி transitional stage. Okay. So simple terminology, when you use, we can tell it as change or shift. Okay. Now we should understand the question. The transitional stage of a neonate is from dash period. Fetus to postnatal, next is embryo to postnatal, next embryo to fetal, and zygote to postnatal. So over here the correct option will come as that fetal to postnatal. Okay, because embryo to postnatal, in between there are many stages. Okay, so that option will not come. Same way zygote to postnatal also will not come, and same way embryo to fetal stage. Actually embryo to fetal stage will come, but over here the term which they have given is neonate. So neonate will not come under embryo to fetal stage. So the correct option over here will be, it is the fetal to postnatal stage. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Development of living organs is known as. Okay, they have given 4 options. One is growth pattern, second one is organogenesis, third one involution, fourth one establishment. Okay, so coming over here, we should know what is development. Okay, so the first thing is we should understand what is development. Development is that, in simple term we can tell that it is a process of becoming bigger, stronger, better. Okay, like that. So it is like maturation, that is physically and also mentally the child is developing. Okay, so physical, or another terminology is physiological, and same way mental development. Both these will happen, that will lead to maturity. Okay, so that stage term we call it as a development. Okay. Okay, now coming over here, it is not, the question is not related to an child. Over here they have asked us that development of living organs is known as. Okay, so over here this part you should understand, living organs. Okay. Okay, now coming to the options, we have to see all the 4 options. One is growth pattern, second one is organogenesis, third one involution, fourth one is establishment. Okay, now coming to the first option, growth pattern. What is growth pattern? There are many stages in growth. Okay, so it starts from conception itself, growth starts. Okay, so during pregnancy itself, previous question itself we have discussed, during pregnancy itself we undergo 3 stages of growth. Then after birth, neonate, early childhood, late childhood, adolescent, early adult, late adult, then old age. So many stages are there. So it all comes under the growth pattern. Okay, and especially growth pattern, it comes up to adolescent stage. Okay, because physically they grow, and after that only mentally there will be more changes happening. Okay, next option is involution. When you tell involution, it means that something which is returning to its original stage. Okay, so it might have undergone some changes, but it returns to its original stage. Okay, for example, like pregnancy. Okay, so pregnancy, the uterus will enlarge, but after childbirth it comes to its original stage. Okay, original position, so original state, so we call that as involution. Okay, next is organogenesis. Organogenesis is the correct option over here, because genesis means which is newly formed. தமிழில் சொல்லணுன்னா உருவாகிறது, புதுசாக உருவாகிறது ஜெனசிஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஓகே, ஸோ இட் இஸ் நியூலி ஃபார்ம்ட். ஓவர் ஹியர் தி கொஸ்டின் இஸ் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் organ. Okay, so it is related to the organ, so it is organogenesis. Over here, establishment, this option, it is not related to anything related to the question. Okay, so the correct answer over here will be organogenesis. Involution will not come, and same way growth pattern also will not come. Okay, now going on to the next question. Over here, the growth stimulating hormone is from, actually they have given 4 glands over here, and we should be very clear with the hormones which are secreted in all these glands. Okay, then only we can choose the correct answer. Over here the hormone is given as a question. Okay, the growth stimulating hormone is from which gland, from where it is secreted. Okay, first coming to the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, it secretes what hormones is that? It secretes thyroxine, or another name is tetraiodothyronine. We call that as T4. Okay, and next one, another hormone secreted by the thyroid gland is triiodothyronine. Okay, it is T3. Okay, next coming to the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, it secretes cortisol, aldosterone and adrenaline. Okay, or we call that as epinephrine. Okay, now coming to the sex gland, it secretes estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. Okay, but when coming to the pituitary gland, actually pituitary gland secretes 7 hormones. Okay, one is ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, prolactin, we call that as PRL, GH, growth hormone, growth stimulating hormone. Next is MSH. Okay, next is melanocyte stimulating hormone. So 7 hormones are secreted by the pituitary gland. Okay, so it is an pea-size gland which is present in the base of the brain, in the hypothalamus. Okay, so the question over here is that the growth stimulating hormone. So over here the growth stimulating hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland. Okay, okay, next moving on to the next question. The sum total of all the triads present in an individual at the time of his birth, inclusive of likeliness or dissimilarity between parents and offsprings, is. Okay, so over here we should know the term. What does it mean by triads? What is triads? One second. What is triads? Okay, so over here triads is that it is a specific character which is carried, okay, from one generation to another generation, or we a simple term is it is a specific character which is carried, okay, from one living organism to another living organism. Okay, so over here there are 4 options given. One is hereditary, second one is habit formation, third one behavior, fourth one character. Over here we should understand that the triad which is present at birth, okay. So some triads will be similar to parents, some triads will have dissimilarities with the parents, okay, and the offsprings, okay. The other options like habit formation, behavior, character, all these things will change, okay. As the child grows, the habit formation will change, the behavior can change, the character can change, okay. But the similarities between the parent and the child, okay, physical appearance and certain similarities will not change between the parent and the child, okay. So it will be carried through the genes, or we call it as genetically it will be carried. So over here the correct option will be, it is the hereditary, okay. Okay, next coming to the final question. According to dash, the environment is not a static force that affects children in an uniform way, but it is ever changing, okay. So they have given 4 theorists. One is Havigot's, another one is Hurlock, next Piaget, then Borfin-Berner, okay. So all these psychologists have given various theories, and when we know all these theories only we can answer this question, okay. So over here first coming to Havigot's, over here the theory which is given by him is, it is the developmental tasks at various stages, how the developmental task changes in a child. So totally he has given 8 tasks, so we should memorize that 8 tasks, then only we will be able to answer this question, okay. Now coming on to the Hurlock, he has given developmental psychology, or we call that as development theory of Hurlock. Next is Piaget. Piaget's, it is related to cognitive development. And when coming to Borfin-Berner, he has given ecological theory. He has given 5 systems related to child development. It is the microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, macrosystem and chronosystem, okay. In this only he has mentioned that environment is not a static force that affects the child in a uniform way, that is it keeps on changing. As the environment change, even we can bring changes in the child, okay. So it is different systems he has given, how a family, if a family is there in a microsystem, it is very close related to the child, like parents, grandparents, okay. So the environment inside a house, okay. Next will be the mesosystem, then will be the exosystem, then macrosystem, and finally will be the chronosystem. So all these systems will influence the development of a child. So as the environment changes, the child will also, we can bring changes in a child also. So this was given by Borfin-Berner's ecological theory. So over here the correct answer will be Borfin-Berner's ecological theory. Thank you friends.